Hello everyone, my name is Tara G. Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Chicago Fire Season 12. Release date prediction, cast, story, and everything we know. Equals 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 equals. Launching the popular One Chicago franchise, Chicago Fire has already enjoyed 11 seasons on the air, and here's everything we know about Season 12. After 11 successful seasons on the air, the procedural series Chicago Fire is expected to return for a landmark Season 12, and excitement is building. Produced by TV juggernaut Dick Wolf, Chicago Fire follows the men and women of Chicago's Firehouse 51 as they face down various deadly emergencies throughout their city. Debuting in 2012, Chicago Fire proved to be an instant hit and was even followed by a spin-off, Chicago PD, a few years later. Like many of producer Wolf's projects, Chicago Fire manages to balance its procedural elements with the day-to-day lives of its characters, which makes the show all the more gripping. The hits didn't stop coming for NBC with just Chicago Fire and Chicago PD, and the series continued to be spun off into Chicago Med and Chicago Justice, the former of which has enjoyed a nearly 10-year run on the air. While each One Chicago series is its own self-contained story, the brilliance of the premise has allowed for more crossovers between One Chicago and Law and Order Another of Dick Wolf's many hit series. Though Chicago Fire is now firmly in its second decade on the air, it shows no signs of stopping after Season 12 and is one step closer to becoming a TV institution. Every character who has died on Chicago Fire. Chicago Fire Season 12 latest news. When it comes to Chicago Fire Season 12, news has been rather scant on updates on the forthcoming episodes. However, the biggest piece of news regarding the series itself comes as Chicago Fire gears up for its explosive Season 11 finale, which will air on May 24, 2023. Relationships seem to be at the heart of the Season 11 ending, and with Brett and Dylan on the rocks, it could all come to a head in the season finale. Considering the popularity of the series and its spin-offs, it came as no surprise when all Law and Order and Chicago shows got renewed back in April 2023. Procedurals have always been a moneymaker, and with NBC's renewal announcement, Wolf's projects will have accounted for over 80 cumulative seasons on the network. Chicago Fire Season 12 was given the green light weeks before the ending of Season 11, and that comes as a vote of confidence for the long-running procedural to go even further into its second decade. Law and Order SVU is well into its 20s, and there's no reason why Chicago Fire couldn't reach that milestone. When NBC announced the renewal of Chicago Fire for Season 12, the network was still somewhat vague when it came to a release date. The announcement listed fall 2023 as when the series would return, though it isn't hard to speculate exactly when because of the show's consistent scheduling. Barring Seasons 1, 4, 5, and 9, all the premieres for Chicago Fire came in late September, and there is no reason to think that Season 12 won't also begin airing at that time. Consistency is key with procedurals like Chicago Fire, and a steady schedule has been a big part of the series' lasting success. Will Brett return for Season 12? With the Chicago Fire Season 11 finale looming, the synopsis suggests that Brett could be leaving the show. Sylvie Brett has been part of Firehouse 51 since Season 3, and her relationship with Matt Casey came to an end during Season 10 when he moved away to Oregon. However, it was obvious that there was still a spark between them when Casey returned in Season 11. Episode 18 Danger is All Around, and the plot will get even thicker in the Season 11 finale. The synopsis mentions Casey returns again, and with Brett's life in flux concerning the adoption and her relationship with Dylan, she could leave with Casey. Characters departing the One Chicago franchise is not unusual, but Brett's absence from the Firehouse would come as a blow to longtime fans of the series. However, if she leaves on good terms, she might not necessarily be gone for good, and she could make a comeback like Casey has. Considering the emotional journey that Brett has gone on in recent years, a romantic escape with Casey could be the perfect swan song. Perhaps that could play out in Chicago Fire Season 12, or set the stage for the introduction of a new character. Chicago Fire Season 12 cast. No official word has come regarding any major cast changes for Season 12 of Chicago Fire, and the NBC Renewal announcement was somewhat vague regarding who was coming back. Therefore, it can be assumed that the main cast from Season 11 will be returning en masse, including David Eigenberg as Lieutenant Christopher Herman, Joe Minoso as Joe Cruz, and Miranda Ray Mayo as Lieutenant Stella Kidd. Though speculation abounds surrounding Cara Kilmer's return as Sylvie Brett, she will likely be part of the cast unless something drastically changes. Additionally, other main cast members like Christian Stolt as Randall Mouch McColland, Alberto Rosen as Blake Gallo, Daniel Keary as Darren Ritter, and Hanako Greensmith as Violet Mikami should be expected back as well. Rounding out the main cast since Season 1, Eamon Walker is expected to return in his familiar role as Deputy District Chief Wallace Bowden in Chicago Fire Season 12. With Taylor Kinney's Severide not returning to Chicago Fire Season 11, he may or may not be coming back in Season 12. The actor left the series to deal with a personal matter, and that could affect the upcoming season. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel and stay with us.